Hey everyone. Let's see if I can do this.
Is this just fantasy?
Is this the real life or is this just fantasy? I want to talk about why I love old rock and roll or older rock and roll so much more than what I hear when I walk on the streets of Austin or when I hear what is considered popular rock music today. And I would argue that a lot of the older rock and roll that's really famous, like the artists that really made it to the top, Queen, Led Zeppelin, the Beach Boys, Tom Petty, any of these people, Jefferson Starship, Kansas was one of my favorites. For instance, I'll take Queen. So the thing that I notice most is that you go on a journey. There's a sense of starting somewhere and then building that tension and then dropping and then building it. So you have peaks and valleys in the music. There's not this, what I hear if I go out and hear music in Austin is it's just a constant barrage of sound. It's like compressed. When I say compressed, that means they're really trying to just overwhelm you with sound. And the drums are playing throughout the whole tune. All the band members are playing throughout the whole tune. There are no peaks and valleys where maybe the drums drop out or the bass drops out. Maybe the guitar starts and it's just the guitar and the singer. So this is what makes the music of Queen and the Beatles so much more interesting to me, because it gives my ears a chance to have a journey, to have a break, to not constantly being barraged. The way I like to look at it is kind of like nature. No storm in nature lasts forever. Where in nature would you hear, like an example by metaphor, a full band just jamming the whole time? In other words, the lightning going all the time. There are spaces between the lightning. There's spaces between the storms. There's spaces between the sounds. There's peaks and valleys in nature. And so if I look at the top songs right now by Queen, let's listen to what the beginning sounds like, okay? So here's Bohemian Rhapsody. And notice that there is no drums.
Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy?
So just vocals.
Caught in a landslide.
And then even for the drums don't come in for a while. That's 20 seconds in. 40 seconds in, there's still no drums. Still no drums here, and we're almost a minute into the song. The song is actually 5 minutes long, 5 minutes and 54 seconds total. And a lot of people would say, well, it was radio that ruined rock and roll because it wanted these short, compact songs that could be used to play between what? Commercials. So here's one, Don't Stop Me Now. Do you hear any drums? I mean, it could just be a folk performance. You hear piano and what? Piano and vocals under pressure. And on this one, you just have claps. No drums in yet. Sounds like a pattern, doesn't it? Another one bites the dust. Does it have drums? Okay, it does. So 1 out of the 4 tunes so far have drums. We Will Rock You. Okay, now this song has no drums. It's just them stomping their feet, and it got overdubbed many, many times. What do we have on this? Vocals, percussion, and then later the guitar comes in. No bass, just guitar over the stomping. How creative is that? Do you hear any songs like Queen? I mean, if you're a rock band out there, you could just take this format, take these structures and apply it to your music, and you would be so much more interesting than all of the other acts out there. Let's see Crazy Little Thing Called Love. Starts with the solo guitar. Okay, drums come in. But again, does it start with the drums in there? Another thing about Bohemian Rhapsody is, if you notice when the drums come in, okay, drums are in, but then the drums go away. And now we're back to just piano and voice. Would anybody say that that Queen is not a rock and roll band because the drums aren't happening to the whole song? No. Listen. No drums. Because it's providing that journey. We Are the Champions. Wait a minute. Are you telling me there's no drum beat at the beginning of this song? Still no drums. Okay, drums come in about 20 seconds. So what's the deal here? It's like people, they're taking you on a journey. And if you love the drums and if you love the rhythm and you love the peaks or the climb, they're setting it up so that you're desiring that drummer coming in. Radio Gaga, how about that? Okay, it starts with the drums. Let's just look at some more. Okay, how about Zeppelin? You think with Zeppelin, right? A lot of their songs probably have the drums. Okay, let's listen. Wait a minute. Do you hear any drums? Nope, I don't. Now they come in. So it could be as simple as just starting the first 4 bars. How about Ramble On? No drums. Just what? A little hand padding and acoustic guitar. This goes a long time before the drums come in. And when they do come in, you feel that orchestration shift. So what is this? This is like classical music. This is like the rules of music to me, which is contrast. It's all about contrast. It's not about hearing the same thing all the time. Okay, so 51 seconds in, no drums. Let me guess, it's going to come in on the chorus. One minute in, no drums. So it comes in at about 1 minute, 10 seconds. So that's Zeppelin, right? One of the most rockin' bands of all time. And the drums are coming in 1 minute in the song. Let's see if there's any more here. Let's see. Of Zeppelin. These are the top ones. Of course, Stairway to Heaven doesn't start with drums. All right, now Immigrant Song probably starts with drums. Okay, that one does. Whole Lot of Love. Nope. No drums. And guess what? Because they believe in contrast. They believe in orchestration. Black Dog, no drums. No drums. How brilliant. We're just hearing the vocals. We're hearing the vocals with nothing else behind it but like a guitar fading away. Who could have thought of that? So tell me, how many bands, when you go out to hear music in your city, wherever you are, how many bands do you hear that do this? Literally, I would say 90% of the songs by Led Zeppelin and Queen do not start with the drums. They start with just a vocal, a guitar, or something, so that when the drums come in, you feel that, you feel that groove. You feel fulfilled in a way. Your desire is being fulfilled. Like, let's tease a little bit, right? Come on, folks. Now the drums come in. Let's see, that's Black Dog, rock and roll. Starts with drums. Kashmir starts with the drums. Hey, Mary. Let's see, Good Times, Bad Times. Okay. So we got drums, but what? Very simple. So Good Times, Bad Times, drums come in, but it's like bomb, bomb, and there's space. So this is another aspect. We want space. Human beings with our ears, we desire space. If we're constantly bombarded, like with traffic and noise, what happens? Our nervous system is shut down. We lose that subtlety to feel the music, to feel nature, to feel the art. Right, Mary? We don't want things just blasting at us all the time. Maybe one song all the way through, we go crazy and we activate our what? Our sympathetic nervous system. And then we need a break. And then we want to hear something quiet, like Going to California. So I'm just showing examples of some of the most rockin' bands, how they use space in their music. Now it's not playing. Why is it not? Let's look at an album. Okay, let's see if I can get an album up here. Name a Zeppelin album. How about classic one? A classic Zeppelin. Mary, are you down in San Marcos? What's going on? You got to shoot me a text and let me know. Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to leave it at that. That's been a fun show. It's been a fun live video to show that why I'm bored by most of the time when I go out to hear live music in Austin, rock and roll bands, folk bands, they're just like playing all the. There's one band that plays every week at a top Austin venue, and it's like a constant barrage of all the instruments playing all the time. And this is like a band with 7 players. So they could take they don't have to copy, they could just take these ideas from Led Zeppelin and Queen, and their band would just go would be so much better. This band that plays at this famous Austin venue, I'm not going to tell you because you know who it is, but they have 7 players in the band. So I don't know what it is. Maybe the players feel bored if they can't play through every song. But like if you had the lead singer start off with just the guitar, play 1 minute, just like the Led Zeppelin songs. Or if you had the piano player do a solo intro, then the vocals come in, and don't have the drums come in until the chorus. But that is not what I hear. When I go here, boring. Like, it's like the players are bored or something. They can't sit there. They feel like if they're not playing their instrument, they're getting paid for this work, so it's not right if they're not playing their instrument through every single song. And the only band in town, not the only band, but one band that I know that does this well is Bob Schneider. Bob Schneider will play a song, start with, just the guitar. And if you look at his albums, it's the same way. So why is this not the case? I mean, Zeppelin did it. The Beatles did it. Beach Boys did it. Kansas did it, and people are still listening to their music. So why aren't more bands doing this? It's just as easy to just do it, to just think. So wake up, people, make more interesting music. You can take the same songs, you don't have to create anything new, just by having the band members drop out in certain sections. I mean, let's say, I'm looking at Led Zeppelin here. Let's do an example of that. Black Dog, like that song Black Dog, the whole song is the verses, just the vocals. And then what? And then the band comes in. And then the band drops out, and it's I don't know why it's not letting me play. What the heck is going on here? Okay. Maybe it's looking at me playing on. This is weird. Okay, but anyway, that's how Black Dog is. Why not do a song like that? Band comes in, bam, and then drops out, and it's just the vocals. Is anybody courageous enough to do this in anywhere in the world again? Tell me the bands that are doing this right now. Tell me the bluegrass bands. Tell me the folk bands. Tell me the pop bands that are doing this. I don't know where they are. I don't see it. If my Spotify wasn't offline, let me see, let me restart it. I could pull up let's pull up the top bands. Name one, Mary. Can you name one? I'm having fun with this. Let's pull up who's the chart toppers. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there are lots of bands doing this. I know Ian Moore did it. Ian Moore had an album where he really frustrated the drummer at the time, which was Chris Serrells. And Chris was telling me how Ian was asking him, drop out here, don't play here, then play here, drop out here, then play here. And I can find that album, but I'm going to go to, again, let's see, the top. If I go to home, top music, Shakira.